Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I always said I was gonna make a video the whole rest of the month, but today was too good of a day not to make a video. Holy shoot. So, I mean, we've been in the range for the whole past, basically, the whole half of the month, or the last 17 days so far, right? Maybe like last 20, almost a month, okay? Whatever, I don't even want to say, but yeah, we've been in this range just building the liquidity for either a break up, right? Or that break down, right? Which we got today. And I'm gonna show you what the signs were, guys. So I try to say it's really not the news. Yes, the news is what led to this like 200 point move, right? Or people say like 20-point move in terms of spot, right? So um, 200-point move. Why that happened is because of the news, but also the signs of the structure was there before the news, right? I'm gonna show you that, but essentially we left shoulder, head, right shoulder here, as well as the tapering at orange you saw, right? And then the break as well right here. So I'm gonna show you that in the 5 minute, right? That we can get that clear entry on the 5 minute, but um, so you can see that the clear tapering, the yellow, right? Then as well as orange, right? And here we formed that my left shoulder, head, right shoulder right here, and that was where the drop came from, right? So um, uh, that was basically the sign that of a short, right? Of course, the confirmation doesn't come until that break at 2, right? But also we had microstructure, which I'm gonna show you at the 1 minute, and which you could have actually entered after 2, if that makes sense. And you could have caught this whole, basically after that, it was about 19 points down, right? 190 points down, right? And you could have caught it. Um, and if you look at 30 minute, right? You can see how aggressive the selling was and where the next support could have been, right? So ultimately we have the teal here, right? So to break down from here, right, to close the cup we needed to first test teal, and you can see that basically we did find support at teal as well as the end of the day, which we just ran out of time, right? But ultimately what we were waiting for was the close of this big cup right here, right, inverse cup, and then the microstructure, right? And here you have to take notice of the left shoulder liquidity here, the head that formed now, and then now the right shoulder liquidity. So we might actually build liquidity off of teal. So left shoulder here, head right here, and then the right shoulder right here, right? So that is what you have to pay attention for. So tomorrow we could build the liquidity, or unless, right, we just close this inverse cup right here, right, if there's enough selling, and then left shoulder, head, right shoulder off of here. So it just depends where the market wants to grab the liquidity from, and if it does find the support right here and wants to grab the liquidity here. Ultimately the cleaner picture here is to wait for the 5-day to cross below the 50-day right now. Tomorrow it's going to cross below the 20-day, and for the confirmation of the short, you want to see the 5-day cross below the 50-day, and then take your shorts, right, all the way down to the 568 level, and that could essentially kill the bull run. And this could really be the end of the bull run that we've been having, right? The market is always going to have that pullback, right? So it just but for the confirmations you do have to wait for some type of right shoulder to form, right? And then head down, right? So that is what you have to look out for. And we have this incredible gap right here, so we're gonna have another basically same type of move, right? So if you did miss this one, it's okay. You just have to learn from it and why you couldn't enter, right? And I'm gonna show you all the entries in the 1 minute right now, right? So there was multiple entries. It's not even funny, but again, yellow right here, right? Yellow right here. You can see the tapering within the yellow, and then the orange, right? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder off of orange right here, and you could have entered at the right here or the break of orange right here, right? So that is where your entry is. So your entry could have been at the 205 mark or even the 202 mark, right? So that is the entry for basically the whole 200 point. From here would be 180 points, 18 points, all the way down. So first we have to test the 20-day, and you can see how we rejected nicely off the 20-day, right? Um, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, right? Even another right shoulder, micro shoulder, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, micro shoulder, and then you can see that we activated the selling algo, right? And brought us all the way down to teal right here, right? And I don't know why, or teal right here, I don't know why it's yellow, but it is yellow. I got kind of didn't change, but like also you have entries right here, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, another entry, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, another entry, and that gave us this last move down, right? This strong selling, right? And that's pretty much it. It was very simple, and it wasn't very complicated at all. And then at the end of the day, right, you can see that left shoulder, we tested 50-day as well, and then the right shoulder, and then market close, right? So that was also the last trade you could have taken. But yeah, pretty much simple. It's not that really hard. It's not rocket science. You just have to pay attention to the algorithms, market structure, market context, and that's really it. The algorithms showed you the market, right? It showed you the tapering with the yellow, right, as well as orange, right? So all you had to wait for was left shoulder, head, right shoulder off of orange, right? And then the break move down, and then testing 20-day, and you can see that we broke below 20-day, retested 20-day, add that as a resistance, then kept going down, and then all the way to 50-day, and then same thing here, retested 50-day, went back down, right? So pretty simple. It's not rocket science. Yes, this move is pretty uncommon because I would have expected markets at least grab liquidity at certain areas, like here, grab the left shoulder liquidity here, right? Grab the left shoulder liquidity here, grab the left shoulder liquidity here, right? So when we do have these, it's gonna be mainly news days. But if we're basically having this sort of downtrend, expect it to grab liquidity, especially from here, right? And not have this major 200-point move down, right? This is only because of news, okay? That is not typical in the market. And yeah, I think this is the biggest drop we've had in intraday. I'm pretty sure I've been trading for the whole year, so I should know, right? So yeah, so it's before Christmas, so if you guys caught this is like a Christmas present. I think the market always does this. They always give a Christmas present like this, on God. Whoever the market makers are, they're very nice, of course. Um, but yeah, so you just have to pay attention, and honestly, you could just call it from here. You can take your break. I actually wasn't gonna even trade this week, but then yesterday I traded, and then I had some pretty good positions yesterday and then today, right? So honestly, I was actually gonna stop trading like last week as well, but then I just couldn't get off. I'm like hella addicted to this shit, so that's probably why. But I this can be just my trade, and I want to call it a year here. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna trade from today, okay? I wasn't even gonna. Okay, so no, that wasn't my commitment. My commitment was I wasn't gonna make YouTube videos, okay? So that's what I wasn't gonna do, right? But I said I would trade here and there, right? So I didn't really lie, but like from today, I'm retired for the year, okay? So don't ask me anything. But okay, now I'm gonna show you where we are gonna go if we are headed from here, right? So oh god. Okay, so to go back up, right? There has to be so many conditions that have to be met, right? First of all, you're not even you're gonna look for, first of all, if you're going up, the reclamation of 50 days, so left shoulder head, the right shoulder forming off of 50 days somehow, right? And then pushing up, and then if we do push up, we're gonna have a big push up. So easy way down, right? easy way up. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Um, because when you don't build liquidity on the left shoulder, typically you don't have to get liquidity on the right shoulder, right? Um, that's pretty much it. And if you're headed up, wait for the reclamation of 50-day, right? Using that as some sort of support, right? And then push up, right? And then target would be right here, right? 602, right? So that's pretty much, so we can have a pretty good move up if we are headed up. But again, if we're headed down, you need to wait for some liquidity building, left shoulder head, right shoulder right here, or tomorrow if we just keep dumping, right? Left shoulder head, right shoulder, right? But you need to wait for some type of microstructure, especially the close of the inverse cup, which we didn't have yet. So you need to wait for tomorrow the close of the inverse cup at this level, right? It's 583 level, and then wait for it to form a handle, and then you can take it on the right shoulder right here, right? So yeah, pretty much that's pretty much it. And when is Christmas? 25th? Say 2019. Yeah, just call it a year, man. Or unless if you didn't catch this move, I'm not gonna lie if you didn't catch this move. But just watch out for volume and stuff, because it can definitely get lower in the next couple of days. So watch out for that, and don't overtrade. That's basically it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See you guys next year.